Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Maybe let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, wheat, and cotton. Looks like March corn ended up 2 3/4 cents at 472.5, bouncing back from Wednesday's lows. Weather forecast for the central and northeastern Brazil, bringing more rain. The reason: March beans down 14 at 1301 3/4. Again, weather in Brazil causing that product's move. March Kansas City wheat ended up 1 3/4 at 626 3/4. Bearish pressure in December, holding above the 595 low in a bullish weekly reversal made just 3 weeks ago. The cotton market experienced two sides of the trade on Thursday, despite the fact that USDA reported stronger sales and marketing year high shipments. China was the top buyer. Nonetheless, the market was afflicted with holiday position squaring and some grower fixation. March cotton closed 79.13, down 8. I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm Radio, and I'm with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, you know, I'm an old sheep and goat man, was raised that way, and I love working sheep and goats with good equipment, and I bet you D&D can help me out, can't you?
Yes, sir. Larry, we are now carrying sheep and goat panels and working equipment from Rivera Panels. They're a family-owned company out in the little town of Lomita. They make quality equipment from working chutes to pens, all sorts of feeders that you can choose from as well.
Real great options for sheep and goat people. I know we've got them in Texas. I know we've got them in Guadalupe County. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Larry, you can get a hold of me at 830-379-7340, extension 161. More than happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
We appreciate you. That's Stephen from D&D talking about their sheep and goat equipment, ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from yesterday. The national average base hog price in the afternoon was shown at $47.82, back up by 85 cents. Traders' estimate for the hog and pig report due out today range from 1.2% drop to a 0.4% increase in the hog herd December 1 to December 1. The average trade guess is to see about a 0.5% lighter inventory at 74.47 million head. Weekly export data: 37,543 metric tons of pork sold during the week ending 12/14. Neighbor, as we look at the beef side of the meat equation, looks like box beef prices mixed. Choice up 2 at $291.13. The select down 33 at $261.27. Movement of 165.59 loads. We'll call it 114 of choice, 21 of select, 13 3/4 of trim, and about 18 1/4 of ground beef. Cash cattle market's quiet. Live bids in the south, 170 by the hundredweight. Dress bids in the north, 270. Neighbor, there's a look at your meat moves. Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil field pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, in 16 and 24 inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Leroy Kruger. Leroy, how's the bull business?
Oh, it's been pretty good this week. We've had a lot of customers calling and a bunch of them coming. We've moved quite a fefew bulls and got really nice inventory on hand. Got a few boys coming tomorrow, and it's really nice coming 2-year-old Angus bulls, you know, that 22-month-old Charolais and Red Angus and a few Pole Herefords. We sold out of Horn Herefords the other day till we make a sale here after the first year and try to find a few more. But we got a really nice set of young bulls on hand here, and got some of those big old Red Angus bulls that are coming threes. We've got a handful of them, but just got a big variety, and so try to fill somebody's needs. need something.
Good. Well, tell everybody how to get those needs filled.
They can catch me on the mobile at 830-570-0660.
We appreciate it, Leroy. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah, we'd like to wish all our customers and our friends Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope it'll be better and wetter.
All right. We'll see you after.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, neighbor. We're on the line with Holly Mutt-Smith, owner of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate, which specializes in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acreages. Holly, you've got a question for South Texas ranch owners, don't you?
I sure do, Larry. I've been searching high and low, and I've talked to many ranch brokers, but I'm coming up short.
What's the problem, Holly?
A lot of farm and ranch websites are outdated. A lot of brokers don't return calls or update listings, and I've got buyers ready to find their perfect Texas ranch.
Don't all agents put those properties online?
Many do, but the problem is these properties aren't always updated if they sell or are taken off market. So what does that do? It wastes a lot of people's time. Right now, we have buyers ready to go for properties in a lot of Texas counties. Today, I want your listeners who have considered selling their large acreage ranches in McMullen, Atascosa, Live Oak, Duval, LaSalle, Wilson, Frio, and Medina counties to give me a call. If you're thinking of selling your ranch, we've got buyers ready to take a tour. And here's where we're at with this. If you list your property with us, you will get the service you deserve. Not all ranch agents are created equal, and I'll tell you what, I am tired of watching sellers get cut rate service.
Holly, how can they reach you?
They can call me directly at 210-827-6271, and I give you my word, I will call you back. Or they can visit www.homesteadandranch.com.
Neighbor, now it's time for a Texas Farm Bureau feature. This one is Around the Caprock with Amarillo's James Hunt. James, what's our topic?
Weather is creating issues for Panhandle wheat. I'm James Hunt with Around the Caprock on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. With the exception of the northernmost counties, the Texas Panhandle suffered through a very dry summer and fall. So the rains that have been received throughout the region here in December have been most welcome. Unfortunately, Texas A&M AgriLife agronomist Jordan Bell says the recent moisture came too late for those who were hoping to grow wheat to provide winter forage for cattle.
It's not going to happen for the majority of the Panhandle. Again, the producers in the northern tier, they have good wheat fields, good fall, winter pasture, but the majority of the Panhandle does not have that winter forage. And so that's definitely impacting both our livestock and our crop producers.
Dr. Bell says for the wheat being grown for grain, there's still potential, but the unseasonably warm temperatures we've been experiencing are a concern.
When we talk about wheat in the winter, it comes in and out of dormancy. And during extended periods of warm weather, that wheat's going to come out of dormancy and it's going to start using this water. So the rainfall that we have received is not necessarily rainfall that's going to be stored for spring growth and spring development. That plant is using that water, which, that's okay as long as we do receive timely rainfall in the spring. We keep on talking about El Nino arriving, and aside from a very wet May and June, we've really yet to see El Nino show up. And so if we do not have a wet spring, we could potentially use all of this moisture and really see a hit in production.
That's Texas A&M AgriLife agronomist Jordan Bell. I'm James Hunt on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, just prior to the Christmas holidays, we air quite a bit of Texas Farm Bureau programming. Here's my lifelong friend Tom Nicoletti and his program, Focus on Agriculture.
What role do microbes play in soil health? I'm Tom Nicoletti with Focus on Agriculture at the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. My guest today is Zach Carlson. He is Manager of Agronomy for Sound Agriculture. And Zach, first give our listeners a quick synopsis of what Sound Agriculture does for producers across the country.
So Sound Agriculture is hyper-focused on creating a more agile and resilient food system. We do this by focusing ourselves on making crops more sustainable with the nutrients that are already in the soil. So our product Source is a foliar applied chemistry that activates the native microbes in the soil to unlock phosphorus and also fix nitrogen, getting the soil health to increase across the nation.
So for Texas farmers, how do microbes play a role in soil health?
So Texas farmers are vitally important to the globe, really. We are focused on cotton, sorghum, corn, wheat. We're really looking at how do we get a return on investment that is just vitally important for the sustainability of Texas growers that's down there. Specifically in cotton, we're trying to increase lint quality and also the tonnage that's coming off of that so that we can make a good return on investment.
How can growers tap the microbes into their soil to get more nutrients to the crops?
Through the root system, we are able to create a ecosystem that goes back and forth, and every one of the roots that is in that soil, if it can tap into nutrients that are native to it, but they're tied up based upon soil characteristics, there's only a benefit that can happen on the backside. So we're the activator of those microbes.
That is Zach Carlson. He is with Sound Agriculture. I'm Tom Nicoletti at the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor Kelly Thigpen at Pearsall Livestock was one of the last folks to have a cattle sale this week. Kelly, how was your Wednesday sale?
Well, I thought it went real good, Larry. Ended up with 694 head of cattle, and market was just really good, especially on the calves and yearlings. A lot of activity there, guys trying to finish some deals up and get some cattle bought before the end of the year, so it was just really active all the way across the board. They did take a little bit of money off the Packer cows and bulls, took a couple of dollars off the cows, and I think $3 or $4 off the bulls, but still a good, strong market on those cattle. They're just a hair cheaper, but like I said, the calf and yearling, just a lot of activity on them. Thought we got along real good, looking forward to it carrying on into the new year and having a good year next year.
Good deal. When's our first sale?
It'll be January 10th to be our first sale back.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can just call us there at the office anytime, 830-334-3653. My mobile number is 334-1047. The website's PearsallLivestock.com. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and just sure want to say thank you to all our customers for supporting us.
Good deal, Kelly. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
I was looking on Facebook the other day and noticed it was a friend of mine's birthday. He is quite the craftsman. He loves to work with wood. He can build almost anything, and I needed a gift idea for him. So I thought about MG Building Materials, the perfect place to get gift cards. That's right. What better way than an MG gift card to get someone just the right thing if they like to construct stuff? Available in any denomination from $10 to $100. MG gift cards have no expiration date, nor do they incur a service fee. MG's cards can be redeemed at any of their 5 locations: San Antonio, Kerrville, Pleasanton, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. So whether you need a power tool to build something, or some wood to build something, or some fencing, gosh, that'd be a great gift. MG Building Materials, mgbuildingmaterials.com.
Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company, Corpus, 361-852-5207. Milo to Corpus in December, March plus 115, 1044. Houston, March plus 120, 1053. Progresso, March plus 49.10. Yellow corn to Houston in December, March plus 45, 514 3/4. Progresso, March plus $1.10, 517 3/4. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in December, March plus 30, 655. And number 1 beans to Placido, December, January delivery, Jan less 90, 1218 1/4. 7,311 bale of Texas cotton moved yesterday, neighbor. 74.71 on the low side, 77.46 on the high side. The average was 76.08, on those 7,311 bales. That's it for the best darn farm show in Texas, even when I can't get my voice to work. You good neighbors understand me. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Good day.